This 1 Degree Outside video is brought to you by the Topsfield Fair.
At the Topsfield Fair, fun is around every corner. Experience the thrills, flavors, and entertainment you won't forget. From award-winning bites to exciting live shows, prize-winning fun awaits you at the Topsfield Fair, October 3rd to the 13th.
Sunday evening, nor'easter moving in. Meteorologist Matt Noyes, 1 Degree Outside Weather Network. First of all, we are New England's first and only weather network. You can find us on your smart TV and watch anytime, and that is just by searching 1 Degree Outside Network. I'll get out of the way and show you. You can also find it online, 1degreeoutside.live. Same exact product. What is it? Well, it's all of our videos. We bring you updates as needed, and you see updating real-time weather maps, including radar, wave heights, wind. Everything you would need to know is there. It really is the weather aficionado's stop. Again, in your smart TV, YouTube app, 1 Degree Outside Network. You can also, right there, link to it at the top of the home screen of our app. 5 stars, totally free. You can do a search for 1 Degree Outside Weather. If you want to get all the tips and tricks, app.1degreeoutside.com. All right, first thing we've been getting asked is, when does the rain arrive in my neighborhood? Well, the answer is, if you're in southern New Hampshire, you're getting into it in these next few hours as we head into the evening. The farther north you go, the more we hold off into the overnight, or even in some spots tomorrow morning. I mean, take a look. By 4 o'clock in the morning, there are downpours that will impact the morning commute across a lot of the southern half of New England, but the northern half of New England, very less into it overall. It does impact the entirety of the morning commute where it comes in. So the forecast then for this evening and overnight is increasing rain and wind, but again, if you're far enough north, you're removed, and we'll time it out for tomorrow here in just a second. Tomorrow at the Topsfield Fair, it's going to be off and on rain. There's still plenty to do. There's a lot going on in the barns and buildings, plenty to enjoy. So if you're going to go there, make sure you get the tickets right off of our app in the hourly and 14-day page. Just tap on their banner. That'll take you right to ticket purchasing. All right, down to the south, 2 areas of low pressure. One's the primary one off the Carolinas. The other one is getting ready to develop, sitting just south of New England. So this one south of us is going to end up becoming the dominant player. It's not really analyzed yet. It will be soon as we start to see the barometric pressure fall to the south. And so we've been seeing sustained winds this evening as of this early evening recording on the order of 15 to 25 miles per hour. But the gusts have started to pick up. We're seeing gusts of 40 miles per hour at Nantucket. Right along the coast, you're starting to see the gusts pick up, and with some elevation at Worcester, 1,000 feet up, 30 mile per hour gusts as well. This has led to the waves building. This is real-time wave information for you, at least as of this early evening recording. If you really do want to see it update in real time, go to our stream for that too, 1degreeoutside.live. That's one of the maps we have down in the corner. So again, as a storm center develops south of us, it keeps the rain and wind going through the course of the day on Monday. It also allows it to spread north. So you can see by midday Monday, the rain is in for everybody, except pretty much for the Canadian border, central and northern Maine. That central and northern Maine exception is important because you're in a significant drought. We'll watch the storm pull away Tuesday, but an onshore wind keeps some showers and breeze around. And then by the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday, it's a cool, dry air that builds back in. So again, during the course of the next couple of days, Monday, Tuesday, in terms of rain, you can see it reaching up into the North Country by 6 o'clock in the morning. We go a little bit farther out. It has trouble even by 9 a.m. getting to the Canadian border. The sun will be out at the Crown of Maine. Most of the rest of us are dealing with the rain, the embedded downpours, slowing the commute. The morning commute likely most impacted, but there will be times of heavy rain throughout the day. And even as we get to the afternoon and early evening, some of the heaviest downpours, maybe a rumble of thunder, comes into play in southeast New England, the South Coast. This is where the highest rainfall totals will come. I'll show you that in a minute, but some spots will get over 4 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain. Notice by Monday night, you still have pockets of rain that go all the way up into parts of northern New England. Tuesday, the morning commute not as bad as Monday mornings, but still there's rain around. As we get through the day on Tuesday, you'll see it really start to peel back. So during the course of the afternoon, it's not pretty, it's definitely raw, but the showers start to drop in intensity and coverage a little bit. So in terms of the rain amounts, look, we're talking about what may be over 4 inches of rain in some spots of southeastern New England. All right, when you get to Boston, it's probably over a 2-inch rainfall. There's going to be 2 areas that may have locally higher amounts, so to speak. One of them is right around Boston. You drop off as you come up through Essex County. We'll see someplace like Lawrence, you're right on the edge, so it wouldn't shock me that you tip over an inch, in some place like Lawrence. But Worcester is interesting because when you just start getting west of Worcester and come out toward Munson, there may be an area where it drops off in here too. But the bottom line for many of us, the farther north and west you are in southern New England, it's a 1 to 2 inch rain with some locally higher amounts. And then in southeastern New England, it's more like a 2 to 4 inch rain with some locally higher amounts. What's that going to do to the rivers? Not much. It's been dry lately. We will probably get action stage, which is not flooding when you get around Haddam, Connecticut at the Connecticut River. And then all the rest of what you see here, the minor flooding that shows up in orange, these are all coastal flood spots. And so the coastal flooding will be on a Monday afternoon high tide, and it will be mostly minor, but it's a product of having the onshore wind churning the waves. Notice the waves Monday afternoon, 10 to 16 feet near shore, 15 to 20 feet when you get just offshore. There's a lot of power there. There will be some beach erosion that goes on. We've had much worse storms than this at the coastline. Again, the fact that the tide is it's astronomically higher, but it's not terrible. So that's what gets you the minor coastal flooding instead of moderate to major, which is happening down in the mid-Atlantic. And then as we get out toward the middle of the week, at no point does the ocean become quiet. Wednesday and Thursday, even though the weather is quieting down, the ocean itself still does stay churned. Maximum gusts during the course of Monday mostly will be set in the morning to midday. And along the south coast, there are spots from Cox's Ledge to the Gully out to Block Island that may exceed 60 miles per hour. It wouldn't shock me if an exposed beach location along Nantucket or the Outer Cape when you get to the National Seashore may gust to 60 or a little bit better. Generally, that shouldn't be the case for you, but you're still going 45 to 55 all the way up the eastern coastline, and that includes at Minot's Light out to Race Point. The farther north you go, you start to get a little bit more removed from the storm center, so the winds when you get up the New Hampshire and Maine coast, not as bad as they are, for example, along the coastline of southern New England. You say, well, what about in some of our cities and towns, right? Well, look, for the overnight tonight through 4:15 Monday morning, we're talking about gusts of 40, maybe 45 miles per hour, perhaps as high as 50 at Nantucket. But if you add in during the day Monday, because it stays very gusty all the way through midday into the early afternoon, well, now you're talking about maximum gusts that go greater than 40 for the whole southern half of New England. And just so you know, with leaves on the trees, that will bring down some limbs and there will be scattered power outages. So keeping the cell phone charged and being in the mindset that an outage may happen in your neighborhood is a pretty good idea. In terms of the wind, as we play things out on timing, when is it going to be the worst? Notice you get one pulse that comes in late tonight, really early Monday morning. Then there's this other pulse that's still kind of with you as you get through the late morning and midday, and then gradually you start to peel that wind intensity back as we get through Monday evening, Monday night, and Tuesday's breezy and onshore, but it's not as windy. High temperatures Monday, it's raw. You are going to actually be in the 50s. Your feels like forecast Monday may not break out of the 40s in some of these spots that are in blue. Most of us do, but barely. So really kind of a cold, raw, moist feel. And then by Monday night, we're talking about low temperatures down to the 40s. You still have the showers. You still have the clouds that'll be around for us as well. Tuesday, we talked about showers starting to break up, high temperatures running in the 50s. And then you start to get that drier air Wednesday. What's interesting about that is, yeah, it's a better day Wednesday, but by Wednesday night, look at the lows. You're back down to freezing when you get in parts of northern and western New England. Many of us cold enough for frost through the deep interior. By Thursday, high temperatures likely only to be running in the mid-50s and still pretty breezy coming out of the northwest. So that's the setup here over the next several days. Of course, if you want to get more, you always can. Membership.